Hope you guys are doing. I hope you guys are doing well today. They don't charge waka. I sort of have a meeting that I have to attend to before I go to work, and that meeting is at 9. So that's why I'm still home. But the broadcast comes first, so we have to do the broadcast. So good morning. Yesterday we bought a Harry Akawondo at 32 million. I'm going to be telling you that story. And then today's random cat talk. Yeah. So I wanted us to discuss this thing that came yesterday. Realistically, can someone that earns 500,000 afford a car? Can someone that earns 500,000 afford a car? Good morning, Eddie. Good morning, Joshua. Good morning, Derek. Good morning, Pade. Good morning, Balvids. Good morning, Adams. Happy New Year. Good morning, Juma. Juma, Happy New Year. So can someone who earns a 500,000 afford a car? Yeah? That's their income, not salary. Well, that's their income, because that was the question. Can someone that makes 500,000 total income a month afford a car? Can they? Because people happen to believe that that person can actually afford much more than a car. People happen to even believe that a person that earns 500,000 can go to a bar na yoga. Like someone was saying that if someone earns 500,000, he can buy a car and only drive it when he's going to the bar. And my question was that someone that earns 500,000, where do you even get the courage to go to a bar to drink what? For me, that was my question. He can afford it. Why not, if his priority is having a car on the road? It's very possible. How, Charles? Moses Heath, good morning. How, Charles? Tell me how someone that earns 500,000 can afford a car. Because in my thinking, I thought that the only way someone can afford to have a car when he's earning a total income of 500,000 a month is if he had already bought the car and then his income went down, and now he doesn't want to let the car go, and then he decides to keep it, and even then he doesn't drive it every day. He drives it probably on a Sunday. Good morning, Chris Da Vinci. Balvid is saying, I guess it depends on their expenditure. Any amount counts. Good morning, Kabanda Ashraf. How? When I look at the expenses that a person has, I want to assume that they are renting like the cheapest. If they are renting, let's imagine they are renting. They are renting like the cheapest place, unless when he drives it on weekend only. Thank you. And he doesn't drive for long distances. Let's imagine someone rents a house of 100,000. He makes 500K. Because this is a very interesting topic. And then he eats only 5,000 shillings a day. Let's imagine that at work he's given lunch and breakfast, which is very rare. So he eats only 5,000. Okay, even if he's not given, good morning, Jovan, even if he's not given food, breakfast and lunch at work, he eats only 5,000 shillings a day. That's about 150,000 a month. Because 10 days, that's 50K. 20 days, 30 days, that's 150,000. So he has already spent 250,000. Now, looking at the fact that this person is already on TikTok telling me he can afford a car, so he uses some form of data. So let's imagine that during the day he uses Wi-Fi at work, and at night he uses some data. So I'm going to imagine that he uses a total of like 50,000 on both airtime and data. So he has already spent 300,000 of all the money that he makes. So he has a balance of 200,000, right? So Paddy has said if this person drives the car only on weekend, yeah, if this person drives the car only on weekend, then let's imagine he drives it for a distance of 10,000. So let's imagine he uses fuel of 40,000. No, if he drives it once on weekend, he can use 40,000 on fuel. So he has already used 340,000. So he has a balance of 160,000. So if a person rents a house of 100,000, he definitely doesn't have parking to park his car. So he's going to pay parking fees of 2,000 shillings a day. So if he pays 2,000 shillings, that's 60,000 a month. So parking is 60,000. So he has a balance of 100,000 every month. If he has driven the car once a week, so he has a balance of 100,000. So now I'm imagining that this person works from near home, so he doesn't need transport of any form, doesn't need to spend money on transport. So that's how he keeps 100,000 as saving every month. So that's after the month will never add up. 500,000 is already spent on day-to-day needs before the amount ends. And how she managed to keep the car on the road. Auntie Moses, what we are trying to do, good morning, Abby. What we are trying to do is, Paddy has said that this person, if he drives a car once, he can keep it. So I'm imagining that he does not bought the car from this amount. He bought it from where else? He bought it from somewhere else. He already had the car. So I'm trying to see that this person has very limited spending. He doesn't have a family. He's alone. So, and for him to be able to keep 100,000 a month, he doesn't spend on anything else. He has spent only 50,000 on data and airtime. He has spent only 150,000 on food. He has spent 100,000 on rent. He has spent 40,000 on fuel because he's driving the car only once. Because I'm telling you, emmoroka z'ennaku zino okujjako ng'ovuga vits ate nga ne vits yennyini emmoroka bwe bw'ogisimbula gibalira omutwalo gutya gumu. And now we are imagining this person washes his car himself. Okitegeera, like my guy that drives the Corolla for Uber, he washes his car himself. Era bwe yagitwala ogikuba olupiira engombe ne bazitta. Kati ngenda muterako buno obugombe bwa bulijjo ng'obujjira ku mmoroka nga zijja mu bondi buno pipi obwo bwe ngenda omuteerako naye namuteerako ziri ezikanga naye za bbeeyi ate kati yazisse. Okitegeera. So Balvid is saying that yeah man, that breakdown of expenditure had me get second thoughts. Juma is saying if he only drives it on weekends, yes, that's what we have done, and he only keeps 100,000. But do you guys think that's plausible? Good morning, Deep in Coffee. Amina, thank you. Don't forget to factor in their night parking. I've factored in Moses. Parking is 60,000. Let's imagine he pays only 2,000 every day. 60,000 parking. Good morning, Martha. Ashraf, and why buy a car you drive 4 times in 30 days? Thank you, Kashraf. That's the one thing I've always been telling you guys. If you only drive your car once every week, you don't need a car. Okujjako ng'oyagala bwagazi kutula njegereze za butavuga moroke wammwe. Okitegeera. You need a car if you drive it literally. Kati mulaba, me, I have 2 cars, but the other car is doing Uber. Era ina nayo kyekola. And besides that, you keep a car that you know is going to help you do some work. Good morning, Nicholas. Top Jano 1-on-1. Kati, what would be the purpose of the car then? Forget going out, forget women. Kat, what is he using the car for? He's just owning the car. Top Channel. Because, you know, yesterday when we were, when I was doing this video on TikTok, okay, 90% of the people agreed that, okay, a person that earns 500,000 in income can't afford a car, which is true. Should not be having a car. Because you can imagine, this car has already taken 100,000 from you. nga talina kyekkoledde ky'amagezi okitegeera. Now I want to only say that this person can afford to have a car only if he's using this car for business. Okitegeera. Like the dude that is driving my car for Uber, that guy can have a car. Why? This car makes him money. It pays his rent, it buys him food. So he has a car. So that guy can afford a car. But even him, I'm telling you this because he's an Uber. Even him, he literally doesn't have the time. He literally doesn't have the money left to go to a bar. Yes, top channel. Top channel against mbampa sente. Whoa. Muna boya aina akagundi akagreen. Oyo mumanya mpadde sente top channel man. Ngene bitereza kategere jenchali ke waka. Webale man kufuka member. Good morning 5256. Mushabe Ronald. I'm actually going to do a video showing you how you can do what he just did. Thank you very much top channel. Ronald Mushabe, hi. So you guys, a person that earns 500,000 atakati omuntu avuga emoroka nga agivuga Uber bwaba afuna emitwalo gya 5 they can afford nga after work he does Uber in the evening. Kambesije, good morning. Hannah Joshua, good morning. He does Uber in the evening after work nachikuba paka nga sawa 5 okitegeera. But for a person that has a day job I know someone that used to do that nga after work nga bamukozesa nenga after work agenda nachikuba. I literally found that the only people that can afford to do Uber in the evening are people that are people that are self-employed. Why? You can manage to get off work a little earlier. Boraba tebikola. Nekati oli omuntu nga uboyagala oba toyagala you have to leave work at 5. Sometimes it's too tiring, and there's nothing as tiring as being at work. You guys, there's a time I went and got employed, but I didn't just marketing. UMI, I wanted to try it out, so I went. I said, the RS. I went, applied for a job. And you know, with these applications, sometimes you go apply for a job and you see applying. So I went and applied for the job. You converse with people, marketing. No, I went into the interview room. Guy nambuze bibuzo and seka nange mwe nganseka n'okuseka guy nampa omulimu nenkola. But this dude, by the way, this dude has one of the biggest music schools in Uganda. Biggest. So this dude nga akwagala okeerewo nga tukirawo saawa emu kitundu nga nze musoka na wolumu nansanga nga ntudde wali basigninga in anti signinga in nga wali. Like me, I respect people's time. So I would wake up very early and episode binali njava kasangati. I would drive nansangawo. Ne boss yenyine tafuga nayenze nganzira muka VTZ kange. Naye munange boss ya getting inspired. Nze bwe negoba bwenti. Naye nagulayo ki wish. So anyway, nganze nkerawo bwenti. Ansangawo ne mulinda nabikula ekitabo ne signinga in ngenda agulu. Ebintu bye bampa okukola mbikola in like an hour ne ntuula. Because I expected they can allow me to go out. Nini nkole kubidala. Wa! Ngayagala otulewo paka saa 10 kati ate nali nkyasoma ku UMI that time. I have a class at 5 chokaga era yagala OVO at 5. Ngabi stressing. You know there is nothing as tiring as sitting there nga toyina byokola. Obwongo n'obutuuza bwoti. And me, when my mind has shifted, it has shifted. Like you see, Bwembango bongo bango you have to do a live broadcast. I literally have to do a live broadcast. If I don't do a live broadcast, my day is going to be spoiled. And I have to go to that place where I have to do the live broadcast from. I'm that kind of person. Ninga guy akubeza opaka saa 10. Katinga nebo nyuka amanya agakola ubo bato kyagalina. I worked there for a month nego ate mwezi negugwako nga sente muziraba because nakuwaka busente butono sente ziyampa alizigura mafuta gange enkozeseza nenegoba ngakangene njiribe era ngana nenjiriba. So anyway, Antonio, good morning. So a person that earns 500,000, I want someone to come and tell me, Jombwe Juma, Tell me, how can you rationalize Frederick Bwire, happy 2024? Wait, Frederick, no, I mean Juma. How can you rationalize someone that earns 500,000 okubeera ne mmotoka? Nze mbigattagatta bwenti nga sibiraba. Because emmotoka, a car is getting the same amount, is spending the same amount as the amount you spend on yourself. Because rent is where you sleep, so a person needs shelter. Food, you need to eat. You're only spending 150,000 on those things. You're only keeping 100,000 every month, yet you're spending 100,000 on a car before service, before washing it, before buying any accessory for it. Ate, omuntu akola emitwalo 5, they can't afford to like buy a car. Now someone was telling me, Arthur, people thought you were the boss of your employer. You come driving and your boss on foot. And no, but my boss lived like down the road. My boss was renting an apartment. I think that's why he wasn't literally. That's why I think he didn't see the essence of buying a car. Yeah, but why omwezi ndozanga gumunzo lwa kubanze negoba newe negoba went like the next week na agule motoka wishi mpya from the bond sente yali azine zigule motoka nendozanga tanafuna challenge egulachi era n'okuzimba yita nazimanga abera mu apartment amazima ga katonda because omuntu baku interviewinga akubuza ebyo ebibuzo nze sente ze yali ampa zaali ntono kati ngambuza because I had gone there to test kati ngambuza sente zino bwenzi kuwona omalako otya kuba nali musaba sente nyingi ne mugana ezimpe nze nja kumalako ekirungi nazimba okitegeera literally that month bwe yagulire motoka n'atandika n'okuzimba. Sometimes you just need some people to push us. Ngolabo omuntu gosinga sente ate nga okitegeera he started constructing lwakuba tuyatandika constructing anagaana okusasula abaana nabo ne beegoba. Maybe if he sleeps in the car and it's parked at his workplace, so no need to drive if he would surely afford it. Other than that, nange mbigatta tebigatta. Thank you. Same Mugajovan 500k banange talinako girlfriend. Kale katugeze because when I was still at campus, at campus, I was literally earning more than 500,000 a month. What the said, because I would go and perform and leave my money there. So I was literally, I had more than that. Until on top of that, Dynamo najitandika ku campus. Kati attend mbeda mfast yanga nyina video library. Kati ngana yele tayo sente. And neno nange ku campus obana bera ntya ne motoka mukama katonda. Because what the sente nazina yelinga jezi na ina this is sabayo. Kati I think this is how I survived at campus. Nze ku campus nakwana nga bibebi. Kati nga chibebi wachikwana nechigwa mukwano bwechiti. Kuru boddayo na cheka. Kati boddayo na cheka ngo chikane nga sina musente nga chigula ya mafuta go mutwalo. In 2010 10k was a lot of fuel. Irange moroko enyo mutwalo gumbuli lunako. Kati nga chigula mafuta go mutwalo ngomanya gajja kuzencha. Kati nga ate bibebi bino techagala genda wugumu. Kati nga nencha kijja kwagala kati nga nencha chigula amafuta. Kati mu wiki yokwana mu bibebi bisatu. Kati nga ate ebimu tebigula ga mutwalo ebimu bigula ga ebiri ebimu gesatu. Okitegeera. I think that's how I survived because olumu nagenda ngane bibebi ewange nga kibebi kye kigula ne mmere era nga utuka bweti mtuka mugali nga kudduka nti nini kateri mmere genda ogule naye sina sente mweze simanyi okwekaza kwe nayina ku campus mukuleke n'okuleka okwekaza kwe nayina I don't know wewe guy ateche unyisa when you have a car bibebi bino ozo ina nnyo sente mwenzi simanyi bwe navuga moroke bakererao na ina jivuganga every day natandika jivuga as 2010 which was my first year. My first year ended in August 2010, so I bought that car in around September. So I started driving my car in second year, and kati second year nkwana mama bani aganye was that I have a bro who bought a car when he was still in school. He was running a parent business, car wash. He had a free double bedroom one on one of the parents' rentals, the small money he could get. Kati oyo yaba asobola okumala. Good morning, Arthur. At least I pick some ideas on how I can market a nice salon. Thanks a lot, man. Amina Saddam. Mwe guy. Nchagattagatta mbwe namalanga kemakererawo nga bigatta tebigatta. Panga emakere nali sinamanya nti banywa full tanka. Ngamanyi noonyaga agala isi ne gaba gasazeeko ennusu 10. JK, good morning. Yeah. The truth is he must be omuyirivi. And he must rent a house with a parking. Otherwise, if the car gets a mechanical problem, no money to fix it. Kati pade, when namala konze makerere. First of all, my second year nali mbeera wa jjajja. Nali ndazimbawo obulungu bwange bubiri nga bwembeera parking yali ya bweri. Naye nga ababbi bambonyaabonya. Nga bajja ne babbamu ebintu. Nensenguka. Nengena nempangisa. Naye we napangisa nga waliwo parking. Nga emmotoka ngiparking awo. Then, makanika ng'ali kumpi awo. Ng'olumu ajja n'akola emmotoka n'abanja. Then, the biggest reason why I bought that car was to help me move during our performance projects. So the car was definitely being facilitated. Rumunga butuba tugenda ku shows ngula amafuta ga mitwalo nga 10 ne gabeeramu. Kati nange ne ngavugako ku campus. So I could manage a car. I could. I could. But how? Omanyi kati as you grow up, hi Jerome, you start trying to figure out omuntu akola sente entono amara kati ane moroka ne yekulaakulanya. Then there was someone that was saying that omuntu akola emitwalo 5 asobola okubanga emmotoka agivuga lumunga agenda mu bbaala nga tagivuga bunaku naye nga agivuga agenda mu bbaala. And then I was asking myself, how do you go to the bar when you make 500,000? Okujjako ng'omwenge bagulira mugulire. But 500,000. Then someone was saying that this person goes to the bar only once. Nga agenda ku bucket night where they are selling 3 beers at 10k. That makes sense. That's 40,000. But then he also has a car. So he has literally spent this money on a car. So kumitwale kumijafisiza anyeddeko beer weena. Kitegeeza every month aina balance of only 60,000. Talwala tafuna malaria because malaria treatment is like 20k. Mbuno bu clinic bwa bulijjo. Samuel, good morning. You are comparing 2010 as a student to 2023 as an adult. A top channel, but even then, at this time, a house with parking can't be affordable to someone earning 500,000. Even then, even in 2010, because in 2010, zinanimpangisa nyumba ya mtwala 2 mwemeka, it was a full house, ngeliko ne garage, nge ina bedrooms 2, nge ina bathroom munda, ina kitchen munda, ngane parking, nga nyina ne compound nene. Okitegeera. So even then, enyumba y'emitwalo 10 teyagirangako parking. Good morning, Percy Bravo. Happy New Year. Mwebagayi, omuntu w'emitwalo 5. Anyway, kati omuntu w'emitwalo 5 bw'aba talina family, yenga ye they can manage themselves. You can pay rent, you can eat, you can get transport to go to work. Okitegeera. But then omuntu w'emitwalo 5 aba alina okukola ennyo ku mulimba mwongezi. Happy New Year, Isaac. Good morning, Wilbur. If someone that earns 500,000 has to work really hard so that they get more money at work, or they have to do a second job or a side hustle, okitegeera. After you are puzzled how you were able to manage to drive a car, then it is simple. The cost of fuel and other things were slightly lower than now. Fuel was 3,000. Now it's 6,000. Fuel was actually 2,500. 2,500, 2,600. 2,500, 2,600. Era nga nywa lita 4 nenve mutundwe nenvuga paka wo. Katate when I moved, but I started renting after campus. So after campus, I literally didn't have to go anywhere. When nali mpangisa we walinga office ya company yange nga bali hasinga tujja tuli hasingirawo. Like literally the only time I had to move was when I was looking for sponsorships, when I was going to market in the field. And I would drive. Nze navuga nge motoka yange buli wamu. Katolaba najivuga nga nchate nkanya nnyo. Kati olukati. Nenga najivuga nga everywhere. Okitegeera. Morning Arthur kuliko omukadde. Crispus. Namukadde wange weeri, namukadde yange weeri. Teina jeraga. Eri emotoka mugireke. The other guy is a legend. The other car consumes fuel like it's from the bond. Low earners below 500k, we shouldn't buy a car nang. At Wilbur, making that, telling that someone, abakurabanga gwata mwagala. Arthur omusajja agule border easily maintained and even balonda kukubo tebabula. Exactly, that's what I was saying. Someone that earns 500,000, he should buy like a Bajaj. Okitegera ne bwagigula nga ekozeko million ng'emu kitundu n'agigula, he will upgrade with time. Kati bwagigula, as they go to work, they go with the passenger. N'akolayo ng'essatu oba ettaano agamafuta abagamaze olw'eggulu after work asobola n'okubayo ebicuba n'avugayo abasaabaze nga 5-6 oba 10 n'amanya nti the Bajaj itself gives him like 10k every day. Okitegeera. Arthur, I want to pay my subscription nga sikozesa Visa card yange. Any other plan B? Let me look at that. Let me think of that. I'm going to tell you. Building my first double rental, I didn't calculate the amount because people scared. But a friend told me that just build using each coin you get. Don't calculate because I was earning 100k a month. BTTV. Mwaka chogo BTTV. 100k a month? Man, kati nze ewange ku office ntya n'okuyita abantu for meetings nga siina mitwalo 3 because kati ngenda nembalabalamu omuntu avudde ewuwe omuleeta omutuuze mu meeting akwesiza ekitone nnyo transport omutwalo gumu ate naawe omuwa omutwalo era if I don't have 30,000 I don't call people for meetings. Kati ate meetings ezivaamu ebyamakulu ebiseera ebisinga like for us creatives you need to have like 3 people there so that you brainstorm and come up with stuff. Okitegeera. Like 100,000, which year was that? BTTV, which year was that when you were earning 100,000? Hanaba, Mr. Arthur, it's impossible unless the 500k has other deals that can bring in more earnings, like 1 million extra that they earned besides salary. Exactly. In 2017, fuel was at 3,300. 10k was enough to get me from Freedom City to industrial area and back in a Toyota Spacio. Now 20k is barely enough in a Toyota Wish. Exactly. Today's fuel is crazy. Okitegeera. Katolaba in 2017 fuel was 3,300. Nze navuga Moroka in 2011 nga mafuta ga 2,500. Actually, when nagulire Moroka gatandika ga nusu 1,800. 1,800 kati mu 2000 awo Moroka najigula 2010. Tugeno yida 2011 nga galinye gayingidde 2,200 nga mu 3. There was a time my income was 1.5 and it couldn't run me a car. I told you 500k. 100k a month you can't build. Nange bwindaba. Top channel nange ndaba 100k, what do you build at 100k? No, but that's why I'm asking which year that was. Sorry, I'm confused. Now if you are earning 500,000, how did he save up to the 15 million to buy a car? Yakubye deal. Antikat Isaac. This was my imagination that this person that we are talking about bought a car before his income went down. So like he was earning probably 1.5 or 2 or 3. And then after that, nagwa nga imoroka najigula na inagwa natandika okubanga afuna aka because we are talking about 500,000 total income. Okitegeera. So total income 500,000 now if you already had the car. So how does he manage to keep it on the road? That's what we're talking about. Because with 500,000, the only way, but there are cars. My plumber here was telling me that someone was, I even know the car. Baba deba muguza change million bidi chitundu. Na aruba. Ni mugamba warobe, the car was moving, ingetambula. Njimanyi no jimanya bwemba nziruka guy nanyi eyajitunzi. Nga muyitako, the guy is a mechanic of border borders. The guy with nganjita ko ngambenga nanziruka era yagenzo jingamba nganji manyi nemuga sengawo jingambi muto wanga ina milioni ze 3 ayagala gula motoka twaliguze kye kimotoka milioni 2 nakwata ekakade nakata kubanga the paint was okay chemanyi twali tugenda teka mu 500,000 mu transfer kujija mu old card kujiza mu new card emipira jali ko kubemboka nalinji manyi engine was okay okitegeera nga tefuwa na kufuwa katoli yali agenda kwata emitwalo 5 transferring imotoka agize manyage ganata anatekemu amafuta agatandika aguleko third party agirenga akivuga avuga bwatyo okitegeera ali mukuwoza sente z'emmotoka sizirina biki bakuguza emmotoka ya million 2 emmotoka ya million 2 ekyalabika so okay Arthur, please, I want to learn masters in marketing. Please, any advice? I personally find that you don't need to get a master's in marketing. You go and do professional course in marketing, Jivaita CIM. You can do it at UMI, you can do it at MAT, you can do it at Institute in CIM. Just Google CIM in Uganda. Do that. Balvidza Gamba 100k, I guess dollars, not shillings. BTTV. In 2010, you were making 100k. Hey, man. In 2010, ere mitwalo 10 gyali mitono. Anyway, nze bikoba naye nedde mitwalo 10 gyali mitono. Mu 2000 wali okola ki? BTTV oleko ina gye wali ojja sente walala. Oleko ina kyota tugamba 500k you can't build either. Impose 500k is all saving, and even then it would take you at least 2 years to build a double room to completion when you already have land. Yes, but because 500k, let's imagine this person doesn't have a car. But in the math, math in but then as I grew up, I realized math is very important, because without math, so someone gets a 500,000, they rent a house of 100,000, they eat food of 150. That's taina mukazi, taina mwana. Nabe wawe simu tajite bamukubira. Because a person that earns 500,000, majority of the time, aina gwawerezako kasente every month. As a fact. Okitegeera. Bwaba taina abagumiza mtu n'agamba sijja kuwa nabeera ne sente ze. So taina gwawako yadde ekikumi, he already spends 250,000. So let's imagine this person akozesa 5,000 every day on transport ogenda ku mulimu. That's another 150,000. So you already giri emitwalo 4 asigaze emitwalo 10. Tosobola kuzimba. Tudde mazima. Okujjako bwabasigaze emitwalo 10, mukama bwamuyamba n'atalwala. Mukama bwamuyamba n'atalwala. N'asalawo nti emitwalo 5 every month. Let me put 50k every month. Banange, ono math amenya. Kati omuntu wa 500,000, yeah, I'm thinking, omuntu wa 500,000 ayinusooka ebyokulota kuzimba kugula motoka, ayinusooka n'abiza ebbali, n'asooka alongoosa omulimu. N'afuba okulaba nga sente zaafuna zeeyongerako. That's like the biggest thing they have to do at this moment. Okitegeera nti if I'm making 500,000 now, let me work hard, ask for an increment in my salary. Okitegeera. Then zeeyongereko with time atuuke nga afuna sente ezisukkako wano. Niba bagenda bakwongeza katugambe emitwalo 10. Okitegeera. Because every job zitandikira mu sente nga bweziti. Most jobs, by the way, zitandikira mu sente nga bweziti. N'ogenda nga bakwongerako 10 oba 2. Some workplaces bongeza every year. Bwowezaawo omwaka ogwo omwaka oguddako nga bakwongeza sente. Bwowezaawo omwaka ogwo omwaka oguddako nga bakwongeza sente. Bwowezaawo omwaka like that. Because they have seen, the more you stay there, the more they see your value. Okitegeera. Kennedy Stewart Alonda, reality and motivation speaking are different, Mr. Arthur. Wama keep it to reality. My point is tough situations call for tough decisions. I always allow friends to risk because it will push you to think more. Yeah, but BTTV, how did you manage to build rentals with 100,000? Why sent was it Jawa? Arthur, how much will I need to maintain the Corolla like yours if I'm driving 40 kilometers in a day? Fuel. So that Corolla will give you bwobatokola SC ngovuga buvuzi byo, it will give you 15 kilometers per liter. Kitegeeza you will need, because if it's automatic it will give you 12 kilometers per liter. Ere moroka yange enywa bulungi because it's manual. Eri moroka ogiraba enywa kyekimu ne vit gyenvuga kati. But because it's manual. So it will give you 12 kilometers. So if you're driving 40, you'll need 4 liters. A liter is 5,000 right now. Kanjibaire ku 15. Nti katugeze eti ogenda kunywanga emitwalo 2 every day. Okitegedde baba? So you need 20,000 every day if you're traveling. Automatic. Kat I'm counting nti osanze ne jam ebyo nambi factory nze. You need 20k. Because the Moroka's automatic, one thing I've realized, the Moroka's automatic is in your single as a money. As a you should teach kati chi. okitegeera ate kati kisinzira even your driving habits because kati nze when I'm driving the Corolla nsobola okuba endobo for like 4 kilometers nga sirinnye ku muliro nga nkubye endobo 4 kilometers so kitegeeza bwe mbagamba nti I drive 85 kilometers a day osobola okugatta nga like 30 of those zirimu endobo okitegeera 30 kilometers of those nga zirimu endobo because if I do Bombo Road I have like 4 downhills when I'm going I have 4 downhills when I'm coming and those downhills when banjagada I can even turn off the engine because my car is manual. And yes, someone is going to come and say turning off the engine as you drive is dangerous. Man, is a banga lyemvugidde moroka. Senga natomera da sitomera ngako ebyo byakuzikiza moroka. Okitegeera. So I have like 30 kilometers nga nkuba ndo. Nzenga Arthur. That's why I love manual cars. Era nengwa kamotoka kano kenyinanga ka manual. Mbangenda kuvuga ngena kunywanga bajaji. Okitegeera. BTTV. I was working for a Christian organization. Even banange monthly income emenya it needs a daily income at least obaka 20k every day ngomanya nti nkola 20 omutwalo nenguze ebbali nkola 20 omutwalo nenguze ebbali omukulu good morning Toyota Harrier ku million 25 ebeda mu mbeera ki anti Toyota Harrier at 25 it will be a USZ okitegeera US something there because kati temulaba we got a UBD. I'm going to tell you the story we got a UBD at 32. I'm going to tell you a story. Girlfriend buys fuel and pays rent. Aha, John, yes, that's the possibility. This guy has a girlfriend. The girlfriend buys the fuel and pays rent. Katumula batula nso kutegeera reality y'abantu abakola sente tono bwe babeezaawo obulamu. In 2000, olaba n'abantu abakulu abakola sente nyingi, they have to literally bring income together omusajja n'omukazi. Era mu families omwami n'omukyala nga tebakwatagana bulungi, you realize that those families still struggle. Because ojja kwesanga nga the money the man brings in is literally not very enough to sustain everything at home. Oshega, era families ezikwatagana obulungi. Like yesterday we bought the Harrier from a couple. They're very wealthy by the way. They are very wealthy betwaguzeko kawonde. But era you realize that bagata sente ngate bagagga. Like we bought that car from a professor. I'm going to tell the story. But in Ebawe mugagga. Like you know abagagga babera ne moroka 5 mu lujja. Those are the people we bought. Nengera bagata sente. Era twagenze emoroka twagisanze n'omukazi bawe najja ne tubakwasa sente. Okigere like they simanyira you people that have women ngomukazi akwa akakekake. Sibategera how you simanyira bwembeza relationship because me there are things I cannot do. Nti omukazi azize zine zange. Nze mama bani bwayagala ogenda ku account yange okujjayo sente agenda bugenzi. Nange bwe njagala okujja sente ku account ngenda bugenzi. Kasita twegamba ati zino ngenda kukola kino. Okitegeera. In 2011 I was earning 70k plus daily allowances of 2,500 and my rent was 70k in Chitintale. However, I was working 2 and from 6th Street. I could earn extra money worth 600,000 in a month. Exactly. Kati wobanga nani ali akusasula emitwalo 7 in 2011? Man, some employers need to have ensonyi. Balina okuba mu ensonyi baziyita batya mu luzungu. Shame. Employers need to have shame. Employers need to have shame. Kuga musajja yakuwanga sente asula rent. Nga bwe bato tetenkanyiza bali Frederick, there is no way you can live. No wonder. No, I realize washi bana abana bakola mu maduka g'abayindi biki babbayo ebintu. Nabbayo kati abana bakola mu bondi babbayo buno obuntu obupikamu omukka babbayo jump starters ne bazitunda. That's how they survive. Man, 70k Frederick, it's good that we are having this conversation, because now we are seeing a different side of life. Kati Jeke banaja natugamba sente yali akola mbiseera ebyo tetudduke. Kuba Jeke yagamba yali akola makere, he was manager at Midcom. Yali Midcom Jeke woli. Oba Jeke oli mukola ebintu bye twogera kwa no seka n'okuseka. People come from the bottom. Guy. People come from the bottom. I already had land. Already were in Taka. But that situation pushed me to look for other avenues to earn. My point is the tough situation will push you to look for other ways. True. Jojo, good morning, Joan. Arthur, I bought my first plot in Wachiso Baka at 7 million. I was getting 150K a month. I think the reason why I've not experienced such things is because in the ever naringa neko zesa. The narwana nyo. Because the kumineta no library yajukolanga like maximum 2 weeks. Geje kumineta ntujikoze wali. Ngate tuda film za lukumi. Music nga tumuteka ku memory card olo ujukira oluyimba lwa 5 oba 3. Video ya 10. Yeah. Travel life vlog. Soko demo ekibuuzo kya top channel wano. But Arthur, you told us okube endobo it can affect the engine. No, not in the manual car. Ekyo bakulimba. Not in a manual car. Endobo doesn't affect the engine. Let me tell you how endobo functions. Endobo in a manual car, you have disengaged the gear. The gear is in free. So the engine is simply running. Kati bwozikize mmoroka. It's like in top mode. Imoroka yiringita buyiringisi. It never affects. Sengo manye mirundi za jenkubiedo. In 2010, I bought my first car. It was manual. Ngankube endobo sinzigu. Eri nenzikiza. Imoroka nenjivuga emyaka ejo. Ngatefudde. Nengula kaldina nenchusa nenjiza ku manual. Nenjivuga emyaka ejo. Ngatefudde. Okitegeera. Endobo tebakutewaba wakulima nti endobo affects the engine. It doesn't. Because when you turn off the engine is not moving. Because the moving parts of the car come from the gearbox. Now the gearbox is in free. So literally the only thing that is moving are the wheels. Taina we are affecting the engine. Man. You are sharing that girlfriend. Girlfriend asasula renti. Joseph Bali Kudembe, good morning. Frederick, it was a China Ceramic City. Frederick wakolanga oti emitwalo 6 nga bakozesa buli lunaku. Oteeka kuba naye watete nkanyangayo naye n'ofunayo tairo zogira. Good morning, Clark Ray. Chris Fitness, good morning. Mohammed Medi, good morning. Arthur, Fielder Bond and getting a good UBN. What is better with a budget of 25? Gula UBN because wobazoli nae, you buy UBN. But then with 25 you can deposit on a new Fielder. Neba kubanja million nga 8 bajja kubanja nga 10 because kati oboguze banje. Okitegeera. You talked about manual car. For a Fielder is a manual resellable. Teri moroka etali resellable, you people. Teri moroka etali resellable ekyo mberenga mukimanyi. Teri moroka etali resellable ne ya manual bagitunda. Naye bw'ogule moroka ya manual gigulengo ojagala. Tojigula nti najitunda because the manual car saves you a lot of money. I'm telling you. I was making about 8 million monthly in 2011. Mwila sende jekeze yali yakola. But black tax was too much. But still, what black tax can take 8 million jeke? Black tax oyinza okuba wali osasula yo million ngemu ekinene. Obakale 2 era ngo office million 6. Antonio, no wonder some employees babba from the business. And by then 2011 I was earning 20k per day. Ochidaba, Antonio Kali, 2011 20k per day is plausible. So Daihatsu just admitted forging the results of some safety tests results in 1989. But now Toyota has promised to overhaul the company. I'm thinking, Benjamin B, I'm thinking Daihatsu fix everything. Daihatsu fix everything. I'm telling you, the only Daihatsu engines that are reliable are the engines that have been made after Toyota took over. Those are the only engines that are reliable. The engines before Toyota took over are trash. Good morning, Simon Rock. So anyway, guys, our discussion today has been omuntu amarakati ya nemoro kanga akole emitwalo 5 buli mwezi. 8 million in 2011, that's real money even now. Exactly top channel. Nekakati omuntu akole million 8 omwezi. Abamugagga muvundu million 8 omwezi. sente nyingi. I know people nga bajoga n'okujoga nga bafuna million nnyo omwezi, ng'ajoga ng'afuna million 4. Actually ku million nnyo omuntu avuga kawundo, ku million nnyo omuntu agana vuga zino zigunzi Land Cruiser V8 ku million 4. Kati million 8 ndoza tubadde twogera wano sente abantu ze bali bakola n'obwatuka n'oseka n'okuseka jeke. So anyway, kambanyumize story because 1 hour is almost. Story ya Harrier je twaguze yesterday. So yeah, so I had an appointment with this gentleman that bought the Harrier yesterday, a long time ago. And he told me, Arthur, I want to buy a Kawundo. And then he sent me a bunch of Kawundos that he had already seen in bonds around town. Vivanda, not bonds, in Vivanda around town, sent to him by brokers. And yeah. And then I said, whenever you're ready, we can always go. Every time someone sends you a text message, Arthur, I want us to go inspect, I tell you that, we will do that whenever you're ready. So that's exactly what I told him. And you guys, I do pre-purchase inspection, Nabali Mukamori especially, because the guys that are commenting already know that. I do pre-purchase inspection if you're going to buy a car and you want to get a good deal, want to get a good car, I'm your man. I come with a mechanic and we make sure that the car you're buying is at a good offer, good condition. Basically, if it's the best you can get with your money. And we charge only 450,000 in 2024. Zilizari in Kadana. Actually, that's to some description. We charge you Tewali Kampala ya mufuruma mabiri kumi. So anyway, we charge you only 450,000. That's for one day. If we fail to get the car on that day, the next day you pay an extra 50,000. Yeah. And but the guarantee is if you have the right budget. People call me every day. Arthur, I want us to go inspect, buy a car, but this is my amount. Now, what I do is if the money you have can't get you a good car, I don't inspect for you. Arthur. Because so if your money is not enough to buy the car you want, I will tell you, I'll even give you alternatives of cars you can buy at that amount. Now, if you still want the car, like for example, I told you about the lady that called me, inspection I will not be with you because that amount can't get a good wish. How about 14? Even 14 is too little for a good wish. So still I will not inspect for you. So I'm trying to not waste your time. I'm trying not to waste your money. I'm trying to not waste your money. I'm trying to not to. So if you don't have the right budget for a car that I think you can get, I'm not going to be wasting your time and money. So I'm going to update prices for cars in 2024. Update how much should you have to buy such and such a car in 2024 so that you guys know the right budget for a car. For example, the Harrier we bought yesterday, this gentleman had 33 million cash. We bought a car at 32. Era ya tutene tuyane KFC. Nze na chimugambye na mga neka tengeje tukuze mu kan saving na akasente. Tutwale ku KFC. Era kaundo ya fe nze najivuze. Ne tugenda ku tuba moroka twajiguze makerere. Ne tukira ali KFC ye wandege ya na atuyiwa mu KFC. Okitegeera. Era omuntu gwe twaguzeko moroka makanika ge yamuvuze omuntu ali wali moroka yendala. N'amaana atusanga naye wali ku KFC. Kugamba ne tuli ekikoko. Ate abantu agwe moroka ndakusino mbagala nnyo bwe tumala ogule moroka nga muntu twala ku KFC okitegeera. So anyway, pre-purchase inspection is okola namwe abayine moroka yoka is your asset. Tozanyira mu asset yo. Moroka yeri mu sente zo the biggest security you have for your car is your key. Your key, a key that can be duplicated. Guys, put a tracking device in your car, and I sell tracking devices also. The tracking devices, okay, 350,000. That one can turn off the engine remotely. US in Kampala, you can turn off the engine. You can see where the car has been. You get alerts every time they overspeed. You get alerts every time they turn off the engine, are in parking. Every time they go beyond a prescribed, or government, Kampala, you get an alert and stuff like that. And then there is another one, 450. That one is voice activated. You can call and listen to the people in the car, or you could be the tracker. You're peaking and you listen to the people in the car there. So that's for 450,000. So yeah. So those are the trackers I sell. I also sell car alarms. Alarms zange za mtwala 2 mugumu. Je ziliye za raisi na imu nange. Zikyateka alamu moloka ya muntu nakubira raga ate alamu kati yetaddeko yekubye mbadde envuga ne yekuba tesirika ebyo. Ezo alamu za raisi zitawanya. So our alarms are 210,000. So if you haven't supported Arthur in any way, boba wagenda n'ogule mmotoka nga magezi gange kuyambye kati yangonguleko tracker oba alarm okitegeera. So anyway, katika amanyumiza story ya kaundo je twaguze eggulu. Thank you Isaac for him. Guys, you're 55, you have only 12 likes. Like the broadcast, like the broadcast, like the broadcast. Emmanuel Kabali, good morning. 8 million a month is almost 100 million a year. That's some good money. Na ati jeka gambi yali bwero already yali Denmark nga akolereyo. Atha kati akola 2 million yandivuze mmotoka kyetandika. Anti omuntu akola 2 million, the first thing you have to know, get a car that doesn't consume a lot of fuel. Kyekisookerwako. Kitegeeza omuntu akola 2 million. Bino bye tubeeramu n'ogamba simanya njagala wish. Simanya nja okujja nga wish naye ina sente zigenda okukuleetera. Fenna abakole million emu, million 2. Twali badde tulimbu mmotoka buno obutono. Nze nabagamba nze mmotoka kasitekola kyenjagala. Usige. Era ne bukaliwe kano ka IQ. Lwakuba ka IQ na kukalimu yingi ni nene. Mukategedda ka IQ, the very tiny car. It has 4 seats. It has a 1NZ engine. It consumes fuel like a Corolla. But ka IQ senka badene engine ya sisinga 5. Nze nali kaguze. Kubanze ne family yange tujamu. Ne tuvuga sisi za fe 5. Naye katika IQ ekisoka bakasera kalimu yingi ni nene. It doesn't make sense to buy that car. Watch JKIC minus taxes and cost of living and black tax that can be expensive. Emmanuel nkubuziza. Guys, like the broadcast, like more, like you're 56 now. Like the broadcast. Tigena banyu miza story yaka undo paka nga like in the broadcast. Like the broadcast. Dayaso Trucks America egezaako bwegobako but abatuuze ababuyina beyongera bungi buno obuyongeza. Good morning Arthur, can you tell me a good car between Toyota IST and Rumion? They are both good cars. I find that the Rumion, for me, the Rumion will give me better value for money, but also the Rumion is much more affordable even in the bonds. Because the Rumion is about 27-28 million in the bonds. IST twajigula 33, twajigula 34. Atengo yugai yetuwa offer nungi for a 2010. Abalaba jitunda 36. The Rumion has a big boot, has bigger space. I find that the Rumion is much more comfortable than the IST. So personally, I would go for a Rumion. I find that it's a much better car. I think a Rumion jeria rukum bitano wadi ne rukum murunana. So you buy 1.5 liter. Buy a Rumion, in my opinion. I drove my friend's new Harrier and felt like getting myself one, but my woman hates the car. Harrier is and by the way, you guys, omuntu akole million nga bili kitundu, you can afford a Harrier obatobera wala nnyo na town, because the Harrier, one of my guys here Vianney mumumanyi aina kawundu twagenze nga nayo twagala tujigule naye ne kigana ate enonga eri much better offer. So Vianney aina kawundo UBE agitunda 35 million UBE nungi twagisanze eri mu full tank nga agenda mu kyalo kuno nabaana be babadde mu holiday. Okitegeera nungi UBE era omuntu yenna anonya kawundo, you text me nkuweereza ebifaananyi emmoloka eyo ogirabeko ya Vianney ogirabe, you can bargain with him no labo basalako. Twagenze yabadde alamudde 36 kale ali mu 35, but I know he can go lower. So but can he? Because UBE alabajitune million asatu nga mu musanvu. So some people are serious with KFC and Minute Maid after Service Street. Antonio, amazima gali nti wetu savinga akakadde nga tuguze mmotoka. Akakadde ako tuweke 10 tujirye. Obulamu bwa kiseera, very small, very little life. Eat it with your people. Is it worth to buy Lactis at 19 million? It depends on what you want, BTTV. Me, I would buy it. Zinga Arthur. I would. It depends on what you want in a car. Me, myself, with 500k, I can stay with my car, maintain, mainly rainy season, for Tsubishi Nedda. Joshua, toda kuchigere. Ne wowo kolita atano, jabela ni morokayo. Nze nange siva mu motoka. At least nze bwengwa. ntunde eno nengera nenonya kiyenje yebbiri ekitundu nenjiteekamu ng'akakaddaawo nenvuga ekiyenje siva mu mmotoka mbabuulira. How do I like the video? Nkoyo Crispus, there is a like button either down here on the left or on the right. Bwechigana, you see the X button eriwano waggulu somewhere. Click the X, the like button will come. Yeah, Johnson Lubinga, good morning. Isaac Aga Arthur, by the way, BMW I was using 50k daily on fuel. I packed it as my wife masters how to drive it. Now, yeah, I use the same amount in the double cabin. It feels nice, though the thing would be a guzzler. Na ye 50,000 nga sente nyingi. Like ovuga distance nene nyo. Hey, I'm new here. Please share your contact. Raymond, my contact is in the description of the channel, description of the channel. Again, I go about section. Yeah, channel, you'll see my contact. Thank you, Arthur. Soon I'm coming for your inspection for Rumion, not IST. Gula Rumion. Ne makanika wange. Katkanga yagamba agala gula ichi Rumion guno omwaka. Aine moroka nga 3. We makanika gwensingo kola naye. Nkola ne makanika banyi naye nyina gwensingo kola naye kuganga tutegeeza ku level yemu yasomako. Okusinga kubali. Kati. Naye Arthur naye ndala gula ichi Rumion yagale okitegeera. I need a Kluger, please, and tell me more about it. Kluger Kluger and Kaunda are literally the same. I find that the Kluger is stronger. The body is stronger. The Kluger looks much more masculine. And then the Kluger terabisanyo. But with the Kluger, I think you should have about 25 million and above. 25 to win on the new number. Nebo suka wo so ronda rondam. After I moved to Luwero almost daily from Chitetika. Still the Chitetika is near. Chitetika tovuga kino ekikubo ky'ettaka n'ogwema tugga n'ovugaawo. Anyway, moroka zo z'ovuga za yingini nnene. Ayinza namanyira buno omoroka bange obwa yingini entono. Okitegeera. Anytime I'm coming for inspection, Arthur, maybe for grand. Jangu. 50k fuel is 3 days of driving in this Noah. Gwe jeke Noah gye wafuna gireke. Nze gye nsondera jeke. Guys, anyone that has like 35 to 40 million nga you want a car that doesn't consume fuel ngogena mu bondi gula Noah erimu valvematic oba wishe ya valvematic engine ya valvematic tenywa mafuta era nange bwenva wano nga ngendo kwa upgradinga Noah sijja gula wish because the Noah is better nginda gula yo kino kyange kya valvematic ngecha jekke iyo Noah jireke tenywa. Hi Arthur, I'm paying my inspection in advance. Send the command. But aba nibana atira okuddayo ku somero. Ku somero betaaga sente. You said Rumion is like Omugati. That's how it's I started to hate it. But you know King Darius, when you compare Rumion and I tell Darius na Rumion yonga yo e charge mpiso Omugati nganda omuntu agula Omugati million ana mutano. People were buying the Rumions at 40 to 45 million. I find that it wasn't worth that money. But now yaka million abiri mu munana. Oshitegeera million abiri mu munana mu bond is good for a Rumion. Oshitegeera. But also when you compare Rumion and IST, I find that the Rumion will give you much more value. 28 IST ojajufunanga 34 36. Oshitegeera. So it's much better value, gives you better a lot more boot space. Oshitegeera, much more comfort and all that. Yomoroka tenywa. Jeke eyo Noah. Tenywa. Yakwe yagara bwe yagazi. Era na people that have money. Munonye emoroka erimu valvematic engine. Waliwo ne zikorola ezo zi 210 nazo zibamu valvematic. Okitegeera. Waliwo ne zi Primo, the new Primos, they also have valvematic engines. Good morning, Mr. Arthur. Lero I'm late. Naye Star, I have come to the live broadcast. Amina Star, chiwebale kubeerawo. Antonio, there is a Corolla Limited UAH I saw yesterday somewhere with original maroon. It was Kagambo chako, Mostive. Kagule. Mwe million nga 2. Oba 2 kitundu ugende we yagale. Project car 50k in my wish njoganyo okirabye Herbert Nkoyo Crispus Rumion and Fielder. What do you recommend? Definitely Fielder. Neka danti million 2 zigula Fielder mpya okitegeera okujango ogula Fielder class omanye these people that import cars, they import class kati mulimu aba importing a class enfu cut classes as they go down to 1 is like the worst baji importing, but people can even import 2.5. But the bonds that have good cars, they import 3.5, 4, 5, 6. Those are the classes. Jovula anti bondi emoja jisange etunde moroka sente entono endange etuna nyingi. Kati mulimu class abamba leta moroka ngambi nga wansi ntalavu ezimu ng'ogenda vugayo ez'emmoroka ezimu zemusanga omuntu n'avuga gearbox neefa mu mwaka gumu. Emmoroka gye yagula aba yagula ya layisi, aba yagula klasi mbi. That's why mwabagenda mu bond you need inspection. Okitegeera gearbox neefiirawo, okitegeera nti ojja genda okwesanga nga wagenda n'ogula. Waliwo abantu bensanga n'agamba bangambye vitizi mu bondi ya $15,000 ng'ogijjawa vitizi ennungi $15,000 mu bondi, okitegeera. So, but that's why you need inspection for you to know. Mulaba, there's a place we went to buy the Subaru Exigas nga za milioni 25. Babagamu 2 naye tetwakebera nakebera. Twabagamu you go first get the money then we come and pick out one good one because is a motoka ezibeera mu layisi abantu bazitwala nnyo, okitegeera. But Mr. Arthur, to maintain CVT, how to maintain, because most people over they don't know how to maintain the gearbox, but most of them zifa. Katanti can conclude starch. CVT gearbox, make sure it doesn't have a leakage at any one moment. That's 1. 2, don't change the gearbox oil. There is no reason for you to change it. Gearbox oil mwesonyiwe gwevuga motoka yo. Okitegeera. Gwevuga even the experienced mechanics right now are telling you, even in automatic gearboxes, there is no reason for you to change your hydraulic. Muleke gwevuga motoka kastaba nga takendedde. You can top up but don't change. Vuga motoka yo. What are the do's and don'ts of CVT? Make sure it has no leakage. Then don't change. Why are you changing the gearbox oil? Why are you changing the gearbox? Just drive your car. What about its new shape? Like how much can one get it? UBB oyinza ogifuna $15,000 okitegeera 15 16. Omanye moroka enkadde ezo nazo tebaziwa prices. It also depends on condition. You can find a UBB that is in much better condition than a UBG. You can find a UBB that is in much better condition than a UBP. So you have to understand that. Moroka enkadde, good morning council. Moroka enkadde tebaziwa nnyo prices. So anyway, kamba nyumize story ya Kawundo kubanga awa yange ewezi. Ninako Jona Ibra otuse bani ba guys mumpemu just one minute kamala okugulira ono guy tekisuzo saze nakyo just 1 minute. Nayo limba so mwebagai nkomyeyo katika mbanyumize story ya Kawundo. Ata if you have a car in good condition, yerabirira. You people buy cars or nasaba yani ajikuwe this year. I need all Ipsam for commercial. Ipsam ojajifuna mu sente nungi. Ate kati gwe Joshua obitegeera naawe. Morning, how much can I get a Subaru Forester 2004 non-turbo? Emyaka ja Subaru ezo jetaaga kutegeera butegeezi, it depends. I'll see. Subaru emyaka sijaawula nnyo but mara kulaba. So I'll see. Got one. So anyway, kamba nyumize story ya Kawundo omwami ono bagambi yali ya contacting adda. So yesterday we talk in the morning and we meet up. So he came with friends. He came with two friends. Bajja mu moroka bajidde mu vitsi yabwe nga beeyagala. Omu yabadde lawyer ng'omu makanika. So we had two mechanics on set. So my mechanic, Raymond, 18 million okay for Kluger. Yes, you can get naye togenda kweronda mu number plate. Okitegeera. So 18 million esaawa eno. But we can see. I'm going to ask around for you, so I'll have an answer tomorrow. So so he came with a friend of his was the lawyer, and then we had a mechanic as well. So baba debasa to mumoroka. Nganange and dinange, then the mechanic. So we went to the first place we went was Bakuli because they already have contacts there. So in Tugan Club Kaundes our day, we saw one particular one which was a UBB. Baba debajituna 33 million. Baba debajituna 33 million. It was good, just that he had an accident history walieri in Mabega, but everything else checked out. The engine, it was the best. But that one was the best. So there and then I asked this gentleman, what exactly are you looking for? So he said he wants a car that is UBD and above, because he also wants to kind of he can resell it. So when he said he wants a car that is UBD and above, then that's when I told him, to get to Moroka ya Vianney. Then we drove. Vianney was in Namugongo, and then we went and saw his car. Ate Moroka ya Vianney yonga ampia nyo. Uchitegera nga ampia nyo. Vianney natukomere million asatu mumeka, asatu mutano. Natukomere million asatu mutano. Na Moroka ya Vianney, I would have bought it. Why? Emoka Vianney agikolanga muzungu. Yo kaundo jembagamba agikolanga muzungu. Bush za wansi za tekamu za bei nze nange siziteka mu moroka ze Bush ntekamu zeena ya tekamu za 10 oba 8 ekitone nnyo ziba za 8. So wansi nge moroka eri agikola nnyo okitegeera. It checked all the boxes. Bana mechanic oli omulala kye yekwasiza yabadde mileage. Naye kati ffe with our experience ffe tukimanyi nti mileage ebiseera ebisinga is a very nadala ng'ogula emmoroka etambudeko e Uganda is a very minute factor to stop you from buying a car. Mpozi n'akaloli ke yekwasiza kabadde katala ka ABS. Obutala bwa ABS omanyi the ABS sensors magulu ne bwegenda mu nfuufu isobola okukomyawo akatala kaji ka ABS. Atale ABS sensor webe ine ekizibu ereeta akatala ka ABS n'aka handbrake. Okitegeera. So when they sort that sensor that is not working properly, the katala goes away. So yabadde yekwasa ebintu bibiri. Other than that, the car checked out. Era omuntu yenna alina anoonya okugula kawundo. I think Vianney's kawundo is your best choice. Ate Vianney tasobola tuwa moroka mbi. Twagikebedde anyway, naffe twagikebedde, it checked everything, all the boxes. Then ono omwami natugamba, you know what, ene moroka nnungi naye tugende Nakawa. So I thought in Nakawa he had some leads. Nituvuga ffe twagoberedde bo paka Success Motors. Remember our budget is 33 million. 33 million ewa Success tojjayo motoka. Success kataina moroka mpya. Era 33 million mpozi nga agenda kuola. Nefe bwe twavuze tutuuka ku Success. Nitandika okutambula mu moroka. Nenziza omusajja ebbali ne mubuuza wano tukolawo ki. Sometimes I'm very direct. I asked this gentleman, wano tukolawo ki? Naga wano tuze kulaba motoka. Ne mubuuza motoka ki? Oyina sente mmeka? Nangamba 33 million. Ga million asatu mu ssatu ewa Success onoonyayo ki? Okujja ng'oyagala bakuwole. Okitegeera? So eventually waliwo omusajja gwe twagulayo wisha wa Success sometime back, waliwo guy ne ngenda ne mulaba nandaga kawundo. Nayo yabadde ku UBD nga bajagala million asatu mu ssatu naye nga si nnungi ge mazima, teyabadde nnungi. Nze in my opinion teyabadde nnungi. Ewa Success wanyuma gulayo emmoroka empya baba. Alina emmoroka empya mpitirivu. Okitegeera zo zinyuma oggulayo ng'ogula ate onyuma gulayo cash. Okitegeera. But anyway, awo ne tuvaawo nga tebasobolawo mmotoka ge mazima. Kubanga we 33 million ng'ate okweronda kungi. 33 million ng'oyagala emmoroka nga everything checks out kati. Ngeya 33 eri ewa Success teyabadde nnungi. Nga Success alina emmoroka. So anyway, bajagala million UBJ. Baada bajagala million asatu ana mu ttaano nga balina UBG, they wanted 38, okitegeera. So all those cars were out of our budget. Then my mechanic najjukira professor gwakanikira yali eddako yali ayagala otunda kawundo ye ne mugamba mukubire tulabo batufuna ebyo bye nabagamba guys, the people that do inspection with us tuba tutambula emikisa gye tusanga okitegeera ne tugamba omanyi tugende tukoleki omukisa gitakusangidde ne mugamba manyi kubira professor tulabe namukubira professor Moroko kyagitunda nyina omuntu agigula kati professor Moroko eyo njaga million oba yatandikira million 3.7 ne professor tuyina million 3 tujje tuginone professor aga no but you come and look at the car nituvuga wo yoga makerere netuka ku motoka nga bakagula emipira ja million 2 n'ekitundu. They are just bought new tires 2.5 million shillings new, even the receipt was there. The car was okay, like literally tweronda, but this car checked everything out. Which take it, everything checked. We even drove the car around. Wali makano komunala simanya nyiga kick down. Simanya chi. Na imwe bagay, let me tell you this. Even mechanics, tuina mo class. Nze mbabulira, tuina mo class mba makanika. Nze mbaga mamutwe sende za fe mitwalo jafana mweta tukole inspection. Oh, English, okay. When I tell you guys, give us our 450, we do inspection. Don't joke. You guys, sometimes some of you guys that come with mechanics, sometimes I see the things your mechanics check and I even laugh. I laugh. And then you look at a mechanic checking things that, like what is he checking? Why is he even checking that? And for that mechanic, that's very important. But for us that inspect old cars, there are things that we check that we know that are very important. So anyway, after driving that car, we told because the lawyer was the one negotiating for this person that was buying. So we told the lawyer, you know what? You negotiate with the professor. The lawyer started negotiating, and they ended at 32 million. So then they were asking us, what do you think? And I told them, you people, take that car to Bakuli and tell me how much it would cost. The fact is that UBD, the condition it was in, at Bakuli, it would be 37 million. And I told this gentleman that bought, if you sell that car at less than 36, John, Chienja is not cheap. My father sold it at 6 million. The person that bought a Chienja at 6 million doesn't know what he was buying. I'm telling you. You know, there are people that buy cars because they have the money. There's one thing of you buying a car because you have the money. And there is another. Chienja at 6 million. What am I buying? 6 million. Your father is lucky, I'm telling you. 6 million. Chienja. For the person that bought it at 6 million, where is he going to sell it at 5? I'm asking you, John. Where is he going to sell it at 5? The Chienjas. Yes, I know cars are expensive, but a Chienja at 6 million? No way. Travel Life Vlog is saying, Arthur, I keep asking myself how people survive in Uganda because Uganda is very expensive. Joshua, I'm buying Ipsam or Jet touring for business. Yeah. Osip, good morning. John, it was in perfect condition. And hey, it was UBB, no zero about John. So you can't tell me that someone is buying a Chienja UBB 6 million. That is good. That is good. UBB, that is good. Vianney, I'm here marketing our Kawundo. Someone has to come and buy the Kawundo there. Yeah, I'm here telling people about our Kawundo there. But we keep it in full tank, eh? Keep it in full tank so that when we come with someone to buy that Kawundo, they take full tank. Yeah. Vianney's Kawundo is in full tank. So keep it in full tank, by the way. I'm stressing that. Because mizo kubana nyizo kwe kunganya. Najirabe yo Kawundo gives you 8 kilometers per liter. That's good mileage. Chienja is the most thrilled car here. But you know Chienja UBB 6 million is good. John, the Chienjas I'm talking about for 2 million. They are the Chienjas that are in UAH, UAJ, those are 2 million. So we bought that Kawundo. After buying the Kawundo, it's me who drove the Kawundo to KFC. The lawyer was saying, KFC. omugaga yakkiriza ddo tugulira KFC gwe lwaki otulemesa ne mugamba mumpe ekisumuzo. I drove the kawundo to KFC. I even entered and ordered and then stood aside, and then the woman was asking me who is paying. I told the mugaga ali awo wabweru, and we ate KFC. Nabo ne beegulira nzoga abagulidde nze ne makanika nabo baguze KFC to celebrate the car. To say the car had a front camera, it had a camera here on the side mirror, this side it had a rear camera, it had the original Toyota radio though, which take it Japanese and all that. Yeah, anyway, to see me Eddie, Joshua, Derek Lule, Mutumba Pade, Balvids, Adams, Jombo. Tomorrow is Question Friday, same time. Charles Walusi Mbi, Moses Heath, Chris Da Vinci, Balvids, Ashraf Kabanda, Mutumba Pade, Semuga Jovan, Bukenya Abi, Moses Heath, Ashraf Nkumaze, Deep in Coffee, Juma Waganyo Kungamba, how someone 500k can afford to have a car. Moses Heath, Martha Director, Martha Academy, Namamukono, Baba Waswa Nicholas, Top Channel 1-on-1, Cheagera Frank, Mushabe Ronald. Thank you, Top Channel. Top Channel has been one of my first premium people. As a student, actually, for the people that pay for membership here, I'm going to start creating some content strictly for you. Like where I invite someone from a very top organization to have that conversation. Mu studio ya Fewali. Where, for example, someone from Toyota Global comes into the country and we want to have a closing conversation with them. We have the MD of Kia Motors telling us the offers. 5256, Frederick Bwire, Kambesije, Hannibal Joshua, Antonio, Seguya Ronald, Charles Warusimbi, Semuga Jovan, Musema Saddam, JK, Jerome, Travel Life Vlog, Talema Samuel, Prosi Bravo, Semus Wilbur, Isaac Luirika, or your surveyor for the people that want surveyors. Why don't you know about profession? People should be telling me your professions. So that Moses Heath, Nkoyo Crispus, BTTV Mumuleke is a man of all season. Yazimbe nyumba nga akole emitwalo 10. Mumuleke, don't even talk about him. Seka Jajon, Balvids Nakumaze, Kennedy Stewart Alonda, Aloyo Joan Jojo, Joseph Barikudembe, Clark Raim, Chris Fitness, Muhammad Medi, Benjamin B, Simon Rock, Emmanuel Kabare, King Darius. I don't take you for granted. Tomorrow is Question Friday. Tomorrow we ask and answer all questions. Johnson Lubinga, Raymond Sembajwe, Herbert Nsereko Starch, Council Patrick Asiku, Brian Emma, Mudope Joshua, Senkindu John, Osip, Vianney Kabusu, Juko Nicholas. I also don't know what Chienje is. JK, I'm going to share a picture of Chienje on the channel later today. Toddy Ronald, Happy New Year. Morris Kyle, Mr. Antonio, I think we will buy Ipsam because it's heavy. Antikati Jigwaring takes little fuel. Temucheda vida. Ipsam wenywa. Kuguno mulembe. Ipsam mujirekege mazima. Mwigule jitu amazima. Enywa. Kuguno mulembe. Neba guy. Munzikilize mbasibule. I'll see you tomorrow morning. Temucheda vida kumpa minimuja pre-purchase inspection. Recommend people to come for pre-purchase inspection. Abaso oro genda ku corporate membership. Ngenda balaga how to do that. Temucheda vida sasura kundi takwa pre-purchase inspection, aba tracker, abaka alarm, temweda bidabambe kumpa mirimu ejo njetaga ba abandi basoro atabandi ba abandi banatiro kudda kusomero betaga gundi betaga school fees. I keep asking like JK, what is it? I'm going to share a picture of Chienje. Actually in tomorrow's broadcast, ekifananyi kya Chienje kyengenda kukozesanga picture. I wish you a very lovely day guys. I'll see you tomorrow. May God bless you. Ciao.